If you're working a 9 to 5 and you have a side hustle, there's going to be a few things that you are going to need to put in place in order for that side hustle to potentially become your full time. It's going to take tons of discipline. It's going to take loads of organization, and you are going to have to create some pretty strict habits so that you show up. It's very, very easy to fall into the habit of going, you know what? I have a job. It's gonna pay me no matter what because I'm gonna show up this week. And then what happens is that side hustle gets pushed to the side. So our brain keeps us safe, okay? So it goes, just go to your job, just do what's normal, don't do anything too crazy, right? And we fall back into that pattern of not showing up for our side hustle, forgetting why we got started, forgetting that that side hustle is probably gonna give you more time freedom, potentially location freedom, and potentially financial freedom if you go hard enough. So I want to share a few things with you on how I juggled a 9 to 5, only for a short amount of time. I juggled a 9 to 5 and my side hustle before I ditched the 9 to 5 and went all in on the side hustle. Now for me, this was many, many years ago now, but when I first started in the online space, I literally had a 9 to 5 and I was getting my business off the ground. So how did I do it? I literally spent every waking second that I had making sure that I was doing high paying activities. So that high paying activity was actually in my toilet break, believe it or not, but I would send out messages to people really, really quickly. So what I actually did was set inside my phone, there's actually an option, and whether you're Samsung or iPhone, there's an option to set text replacements. So instead of me writing out a whole message to somebody, I would literally type in opportunity and it would write it all out for me. So in the text replacements, I was literally setting up exactly what I wanted to send in those stolen moments. Now, when I started online, I was very much able to cold reach out to people and be like, hey, I'm building a team. I love what you're about, love your style, love your vibe. Are you open to chatting more? That doesn't work so much now. But what you can do with your high paying activities is work out exactly what needs to be done that day. Now, there might have already been some conversations that you've had previously, and you're gonna have a follow-up message, okay? And that's gonna be your high-paying activity. So what you can do is have out your pre-written follow-up message. Hey Mel, just touching base, looping back on this conversation because I know you're interested in working online. Have you had a chance to watch the video? Have you had a chance to watch, read the document? Have you had a chance to view whatever it is that I sent you? Okay, so what that's doing is getting those follow-ups done in those small increments of time. The other thing that I did was I got a really, really clear idea on a Sunday of what I was gonna post throughout the week. So instead of trying to work out exactly what I need to post for the month and thinking about all the things that I need to do, I themed my weeks. So if I was going to be going on holidays that week, I very much themed my week about choices and opportunities and extra money and travel and all the things that I knew were going to capture people's attention to want to know more about how they could get those things. So don't try and cover all the things. Don't try and have a full month's worth of strategy dialed. You literally just need to have a few little things that are going to set you up for the week, okay? So the few things that I definitely did do was follow-ups. Okay, and having some type of system to make sure that people aren't falling out of the bucket is really, really key. Now, back when I started, I used to just fill it out on a piece of paper. Now I have an AI software that actually color codes my messenger for me and tells me who's a follow-up, which is an absolute game changer. So you need to have a system for your follow-ups. You need to have a process, right? You can't just leave people in your messenger or your Instagram, okay? Now at the start, it'll work, but as you're having more conversations, I'm telling you right now, people will fall out of the bucket, they'll fall through the net, and you won't ever speak to them again because you forgot to follow up because you didn't have a system in place, okay? So first thing is having a system in place. The next thing is making sure that you're showing up consistently on social media. Now for me, it was just once a day, every day for 8 years now. And now I don't have to potentially show up every day to still get massive massive traction online. So that consistency in the early days will allow you to be able to have more time freedom moving down the track. So having those things dialed out, making sure that you have your theme or your idea of what you're going to speak about that week absolutely dialed. That way, it's going to allow you to really sink into what you're doing with ease, okay? You're not going to feel frustrated. You're not going to feel worried. There's not going to be like a scramble to put up a post, so you just throw up something for the fun of it, alrighty? The other thing that I really understood was attraction marketing. So going back and actually having a look at my own profile. Is it attractive? Is it captivating? Does it grab people's attention? Is there things on there that people want to read? You know, have I got video? Have I got image? Have I got wording? Like, am I mixing it up a little bit? Because this is the thing, when people are stalking you, they're scrolling that profile. So your Facebook profile, and I always talk about Facebook because that's how I built my businesses, and still to this day, this is how I do it. My Facebook profile is what I'm constantly checking up on. Does it have enough information? Is it informative? Is it saying the right things? I'm constantly rejigging things, updating my bio, changing images, blah, 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 okay? So please go and have a look at those things, all right? Because this is the difference between getting a conversation and not, is that if you don't look interesting and you don't look like somebody that this person wants to know more about, how did you do this or how did you do that? Or yes, you are living that dream that you're selling, okay? Now, in the early days, you're not going to be able to live the dream that you're selling. It's not going to happen because the money's not there. But you can still be doing things like in the middle of the day, showcasing that you're going for a walk. When I worked a full-time job, I couldn't go for a walk in the middle of the day, right? That would have been enough for me. So I joined the online space because I got sick to death of seeing a certain female putting up photos of coffee with her friends. I was absolutely sick of it. Like, because I couldn't go for coffee with my friends because I was working full time. So never underestimate the power of showcasing the little things as you go, okay? So the way that you will be able to, articulate that 9 to 5 and a new side hustle is to really set yourself up with some strong intentions, some strong habits, and stick to it. Even get yourself a tick and flick list if you need to, okay? Because that's gonna help you make sure that you're doing just the minimal every single day.